Hey everybody, this is TCG Ted, and welcome to this Market Minute. We have six fast movers in this early Rosetta meta coming out of the weekend where we had a Battle Hardened in Sydney, the first CC event, and yeah, it's making some things move. Let's dive into it. First card here is Runic Reckoning, just over 5 sales a day in the past week, so it's moving pretty quickly, sitting at $7 for the non-foil right now. This card does not surprise me. Seeing some movement, it's very good. The coming in for 0 if you have a RuneChan, and it is a like mainstay in Viscerai and possibly even played in Vincent since you always have that RuneChan up because you're banishing a card and making those 6 power attacks, the widespread ruin, widespread destruction, and annihilation 9 power is a very strong play at times. So keep an eye on this. If you don't have a play set right now, probably should grab them at $7. 25 non-foils, 21 rainbow foils on TCG Play at a time of recording. So not a ton of stock on this card. All right, let's take a look at SwingBig here. Over the last 7 days, it's just under 4 sales per day, so it is moving pretty quick. Sitting at $24, you can see over the last 3 months it's kind of gone down, but recently going up since Levia has that Call to the Grave play with Beast Within. KO we know was already a pretty strong aggro deck, and the BNR only helped that. He could be one of the more consistent aggro decks in this upcoming meta. So I think that's why we're seeing this card move up a little bit. $24. I would say, that's probably right where it's priced at. Could move up quite quickly with only 13 non-foils left. A ton of rainbow foils for some reason there. Yeah, just to keep an eye on this card. Again, if you're wanting to play Brute, I would have to suggest to pick them up at $24 since that inventory is super low. You could see this really move quickly. Everfest is pretty thin out there. It's not easy to get a hold of to replace this inventory. So keep an eye on that. Keep that in mind. All right, Premeditate. This one coming in just under 3 sales per day over the last week. Azalea looking to maybe make a return. She was already sitting in pretty well. She has some of the most powerful turns in Flesh and Blood, and she could be looking to prey on some of these decks that do not block very well. Looking at you, Lightning decks, sitting at $18.95. Over the last 3 months, this is one of the cheapest points it's been. And it's not probably not a bad pickup if you're looking to try Azalea out at $18.95. 38 non-foils on TCG Player right now, so decent amount of stock. So this price could stick a little bit before we start to see it go up in any rapid function. All right, let's talk about Blink. Both the unlimited version and the first ed version have been moving pretty well. First ed sitting at almost 6.5 sales per day. The unlimited version just about 3.5. This card, sitting $6 to $7 right now, depending on the version. First edition unlimited, but it is a mainstay in Lightning decks. It is that instant that turns on some of those cards like Gone in the Flash. So that's why we're seeing that movement. The stock on TCG Player is pretty good, right? So we're sitting 35 non-foils for the first edition, 56 non-foils for the unlimited, or I'm sorry, the opposite way. First edition sitting at 56, unlimited sitting at 35. So there's plenty of stock here. This card, probably will stick around $7 to $10 for a while. But if you're looking to play a Lightning Hero, grab them now because they are going to, they are fast moving, and they're a 3 of in Cilio for sure. All right, this card here, Blood Rush Bellow. So this one ties in kind of with SwingBig. This one was surprising to me. Over 3 sales per day over the last week. And as you can see, over the last 3 months, it's the highest it's been at $5.75. Generally speaking, WTR Majestics have a hard time moving in price at all since there is so much unlimited on the market and so much that got opened. Inventories are generally very large, and they don't really it takes a lot of sales for the price to move. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, let's take a look at it. And coming in at $5.75, only 28 on TCG Player right now, which was surprised me how low it was. So yeah, pretty decent price on Blood Rush. If you don't have a set of this, I would say, keep an eye on it, pick them up now, because it does seem like at the moment inventory is kind of light, and you don't want to miss out and then have to pay $10 each for your play sets. And then our last one, a legendary here, Grasp of the Ark Knight. This one has seen, quite a bit of movement, almost 2.5 sales per day over the last week. TCG low right now is sitting at 149. That is quite large, but the inventory is low at only 9 copies left on TCG Player. Since there are 2 Rune Blades in Rosetta, this is putting quite a bit of stress on this card, and it is the de facto go-to arms for both Florian and I believe Aurora is playing it as well. Then you have Viserai and Vin both running these arms. So there's a ton of stress on this card right now, and you're just seeing it going, to the moon at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see if this price sticks. It's not likely to stick. I would imagine some stock will fill back in because 9 is very low. There's a decent amount of Arcane Rising out there, but it is a little bit harder to get, and to get that black border, you might have to search for one at this time. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'll check you next time. Peace.